Trying to manage your diet when you have diabetes, man, it can feel like a total minefield of don'ts, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to flip that script completely. We're going to make it simple, we're going to make it practical, and most of all, empowering. Let's dive in.
Yeah. Does that question right there resonate with you at all? You are so not alone. It's honestly one of the biggest challenges, just trying to figure out how to eat well without feeling totally restricted or, just bored.
But what if we just stopped thinking about all the things you can't have, and instead we started focusing on all the amazing things you can? Let's totally reframe this. Your plate isn't a long list of rules. It's your single most powerful tool for managing your health. All right, first up, we're kicking things off with what I like to call the Heart and Sugar All-Stars. So why start here? Well, because living with diabetes actually increases the risk of heart disease. So these foods, they're brilliant multitaskers. They help manage your blood sugar, and they actively protect your heart. First up, we've got 3 heavy hitters. We're talking fatty fish like salmon, which is just loaded with those protective omega-3s that help reduce inflammation. Then you've got your leafy greens, think spinach, kale, all that good stuff. They're super low in digestible carbs, the ones your body actually absorbs, so they won't send your sugar soaring. And of course, avocados, packed with healthy fats and fiber to keep you feeling full and your blood sugar nice and stable. And look, the whole point here is to make this stuff doable, right? Just aiming for 2 servings of fatty fish a week is a fantastic, totally achievable goal that can make a huge difference for your heart health. Okay, let's talk about eggs. I know, they've gotten such a bad rap over the years, but a lot of the newer research shows they can actually improve insulin sensitivity and even help reduce inflammation. Plus, that high-quality protein is exactly what you need to start your day, so you stay full and avoid that mid-morning sugar crash. And here's a little pro tip to make healthy choices the easy choice. Just cook up a batch of hard-boiled eggs on Sunday. And just like that, you've got this perfect grab-and-go protein snack ready to go for the entire week. It's that simple. All right, let's zoom in on these 2 tiny little powerhouses. As you can see, they have some shared powers. They're both incredible sources of fiber and omega-3s, but they also have their own unique tricks. The fiber in chia seeds gets kind of gel-like in your stomach, which slows down how fast your body absorbs food. Flax seeds, on the other hand, have these things called lignans, which studies have linked to a pretty significant drop in blood glucose. So, how do you actually use them? Well, chia pudding is ridiculously easy. You just mix it up and leave it overnight. And for flax, just remember this. You have to use it ground up so your body can actually absorb all the good stuff. It's perfect just sprinkled over some yogurt. Okay, check out this number on the screen. 6 to 8 grams. What in the world could that be about? Believe it or not, that's how many fewer carbs you're getting in a serving of plain Greek yogurt compared to the regular stuff. It's such a simple swap, but it makes a huge difference. Plus, it's packed with way more protein, which helps you feel full and can help with weight management. Now, the trick here, and this is really important, is to stick with the plain, unsweetened kinds. If you need a little something sweet, just top it with some fresh berries. It makes for a delicious and genuinely healthy treat. And just to round out our team of all-stars, let's not forget about beans and nuts. Beans have a really low glycemic index, which just means they release their sugar into your bloodstream slowly and steadily. And a daily handful of nuts, like almonds or walnuts, can help reduce inflammation and improve your blood sugar control. Okay, so we've covered the all-stars, right? Our first line of defense. Now, let's get a little more specialized. We're going to look at foods that have these really unique powers that specifically target glucose control. Let's take broccoli, for example. Its superpower comes from a compound called sulforaphane. In different studies, this one specific compound has shown some real promise in helping to lower blood glucose levels. It's kind of like broccoli's secret weapon. And check out this trio of specialists. This is fascinating. Extra virgin olive oil has something called oleic acid, which helps with glycemic management. Strawberries are full of antioxidants called anthocyanins that can actually improve your insulin sensitivity. And garlic is another one of those dual threats, helping to regulate both blood glucose and cholesterol. And you know what the best part is? It's how easily you can get these guys to work together. Think about it. Sautéing some fresh garlic with your leafy greens and a little extra virgin olive oil, you've just combined 3 of these power foods into one delicious side dish. So, managing carbs is obviously a huge piece of the puzzle, but that doesn't mean you have to just get rid of them completely. It's really about making smarter choices. Winter squash, for instance, gives you that really satisfying starchy vegetable feeling, but it generally has a lower glycemic index than something like sweet potatoes. But what about those times you're just craving pasta, but not the carbs that come with it? Well, let me introduce you to shirataki noodles. People often call them miracle noodles for a reason. They're made from a type of fiber that has virtually zero digestible carbs. They are incredible for helping you feel full while keeping your blood sugar incredibly stable. Okay, listen up, because this is a really important tip if you're going to try these. They come packed in this liquid that has a slight odor. You have to rinse them really well, then throw them in a hot, dry pan for a few minutes. This step completely changes the texture for the better and gets them ready for whatever sauce you want to add. Wow, okay. So we've talked about a ton of amazing foods, but the real question is, how do we pull it all together? Well, it all comes down to a really simple, powerful strategy for building your plate. Here it is. It really comes down to the super simple three-step formula. First, you focus on a lean protein, like fish or eggs. Second, you add a source of healthy fats, like avocado or a drizzle of olive oil. And third, you fill up the rest of your plate with high-fiber, non-starchy veggies, like your leafy greens or broccoli. This formula just naturally helps slow down glucose absorption and protect your heart. And honestly, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. This whole thing isn't about deprivation. It's about addition. It's about crowding out the foods that are less helpful by adding in more of these incredible, powerful, and delicious ones. So I'm going to leave you with a little homework, a question to think about. After seeing all these amazing options, which one are you actually excited to try? Which power food are you going to add to your plate this week? Because making one small, positive change is exactly how this whole journey begins.